as an aside, before we get it too into this, I want to say that I remember distinctly that in high school you had a cassette version of the Little Mermaid soundtrack. Do you remember this?
Maybe, yeah, yeah.
You did. I remember, and I'll tell you why I remember that you had it, because I stole it from you. Not permanently, but I took it because I was also I was in high school and I would go to the gym and I would work out.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of, tough football dudes that took turns on they'd get an hour each, or half an hour to play their music. You get like half an hour and everybody kind of took turns. So they would play heavy metal and all these things. So I went in with that. I took that tape from your car and I
Yeah.
went and I got my half an hour and I popped in Under the Sea. And there was a visceral reaction.
Like you were just immediately making a whole bunch of young teenage
Yeah.
boys gay by just listening to
Yeah, I
Under the
know, I
Sea.
know. I mean, everybody was knuckles deep by the end of the first song. It was,
I
it
mean,
was,
you could have taken my Indiana Jones Temple of Doom soundtrack.
dude. There was no other soundtrack to take to that, Jim. It was hilarious.
Here now, Books Unplugged. Books Unplugged. Adaptation for your delectation. Now, Books Unplugged. Here with Ed and Dan. Books Unplugged. Page to screen and in between. Books Unplugged. Which would you destroy?
Hi there, I'm Ed,
And I'm Dan.
and welcome once again to Books Unplugged, the show where we take a book that's been turned into a movie and we talk about it.
That's right.
Today, we're going to be discussing The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid, short story by Hans Christian Andersen, and the movie by Walter Disney.
That is right. And then at the end, we are going to choose which to destroy,
We're
the
gonna
movie or the book.
the movie or the book. We're gonna destroy one. We're gonna throw one to the bottom of the ocean. Okay, so in the Little Mermaid, a mermaid falls in love with the prince, saves him from a shipwreck, and falls in love with him. She makes a deal with a sea witch to get some legs, and she then works voicelessly to get him to fall in love with her. And that is the nutshell version,
That's
right?
a really good summary. Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I worked hard on it. So it's tough to get these summaries to work for both. So you got to be pretty.
Books, I need them unplugged, baby. Books, I need them unplugged now.
Okay, so let's move on. What is your major love about the Little Mermaid? Book, movie, whatever you want. What do you love
I'll
the
start off with
most
the
about
book.
this? Let's hear it.
The book, I knew nothing going into this book. And
Had you read much Hans Christian Andersen before?
no, I don't think I've read any.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah. And so what I loved about the book was just the bare bones basic storytelling here.
Mhm.
You know, you got a mermaid princess, you got an evil sea witch, you got some handsome prince. None of them got names,
No,
and it's just dark and depressing like you would expect from those old-timey fairy tales.
it is.
Loved it.
That's pretty similar to my major love is the story. It's so weird and dark and kind of hopeless, and the themes of like sacrifice and selfishness
Just
really
makes you
come
think
out.
about the old days of like what they were doing to these kids. Like, oh yeah, this is a great kid story. How about a major love for the movie? Did you have a major love for the movie?
The voice work is outstanding. I forgot
Yeah.
how good the voice work was in this movie. I mean, Buddy Hackett is great.
Yeah.
The Ariel has a great voice, a beautiful voice.
Right.
The
Right.
Jamaican crab dude, I think, did a great job. I don't know who voiced that, but
Yeah.
I think the voice work is outstanding in the movie.
Very similar to what I was going to say about the movie was I liked all the other little characters.
Yeah, they added a bunch, but they were cool.
Well, no, like her friends, like like
Yeah,
the bird and flounder, and which is also part of the part of the voice work that makes it so good.
yeah, I agree. So, you got any major hates? What do you hate?
Major hate about the
What do
book
you
and movie, I guess, is that bizarro message of true love and happiness can come from like lying, deceit, and trickery. I don't.
How did you find true love and happiness? That's how the rest of the world gets it.
Books de boing, book and de boing, and books de boing.
Okay, mind, loves, and hate speed round. Let's go. It's on.
All
60
right,
seconds
I
on the clock.
love Ariel in the movie being obsessed with all the human things. I thought that was a great thing.
Nice
It made
touch.
sense. Not so much in the book.
So I hate the scene in the movie where the chef is chasing that little crab dude and he like trashes the place for just like one crab. And like, really, like, what's the outrage about? Like, fish eat fish, dude.
I love in the book how each of the Little Mermaid's sister princesses come up and they get to describe a little bit more closer. Each one goes a little bit closer and a little bit closer. And, the Little Mermaid's just getting more excited each time because she's got to wait so long. I like that.
I like that the sisters lose all their hair to try to get her fins back. It's twisted.
Oh my
they all
God,
show up
yeah.
like they all show up like we traded with Ursula.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, I don't think you needed to do that."
Yeah. Like they all show up.
Thanks, but no thanks.
You
I
really
hated-
should have asked. You really should have asked before you did that, because I
hated the Little Mermaid's grandma in the book. A total downer. She's like, "You have no soul. You're gonna die, and it's gonna be nothing like that tree or that rock."
I know that her grandma's twisted. I love that in the book, the witch doesn't steal her voice, all pretty, and takes her voice. She cuts her tongue out.
Yeah.
She like takes a blade
Yeah.
and cuts her tongue out.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Great.
Fantastic.
Books Unplugged. Adaptation for your delectation now.
So I don't have a lot of what is it in the book. I mean, was Flounder in the book?
No, he wasn't in there. I wrote down Sebastian.
Yes, Sebastian wasn't in the book. I mean, none of the friends. How about the
fireworks?
shark?
Fireworks.
Yeah,
on
that
the
was
book.
in there. Fireworks were in there.
Uh-huh.
How about the shark attack?
Shark attack? No.
No, not in the book. How about the statue?
The statue. Yes. Was
Yeah,
it there a
was in there.
statue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the
Yeah.
statue?
The sea witch tricking the prince at the end.
No, that's not in there.
Yeah. Nope.
How about the little weird things that the sea witch turns people into? Are those in there?
I want to say yes, but they're different.
Kinda. Yeah, they're kind of people that are.
Yeah.
But in the book, they're like just kind of assistants. They're like creepy little sea
Right.
things.
You had already mentioned they're cutting out her tongue.
That is not in the movie. That would have been pretty weird for a Disney movie. So what's the let's go to the best bit, shall we?
For
the best bit of
me,
the movie, Dan?
I would say in the book when the Little Mermaid makes the deal with the witch. I mean, it's a lose-lose situation for her, and she still takes the deal.
My favorite part of the book is it's also the deal. The deal she makes and the cutting out of the tongue and like such a bad deal, and she just goes for it, and you know that it's not going to work out for her. I mean, it's a sea witch, and there's not as much at stake either, so it's really kind of like why would you do this? But yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I like that. It's brutal. It's cool. It's interesting. How about the best bit of the movie?
My best bit of the movie is a little bit different than what I usually go for, because it's not a specific thing, but it goes back to her Little Mermaid fish friends and the crab, and like whenever those guys showed up, I kind of liked the movie.
Like those guys, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna go to one thing, man. That Under the Sea song. That is a jam. I love that song.
I had some notes on that where everything that they say lyric wise in that song comes true. It's like a total like the Greek chorus warning, everything that song it's like, yeah, life is better for you under the sea, just stay underneath there, You don't have to like,
Yeah,
you know.
Sebastian is speaking the truth.
Right, right.
Yeah, I love that song. Like I can't even think of the Little Mermaid without that song getting stuck in my head.
Right.
Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
Books Unplugged. Which would you destroy?
Which, all right, which are you going to throw in a ship and sink in a hurricane, spiraling to the bottom of the sea to never be seen again? Which are you going to destroy, my friend?
I am going to destroy the Disney movie.
So am I.
Yeah,
Disney
you know,
movie,
there's
absolutely.
other princess movies you could watch, I guess.
Watch Aladdin. Watch Aladdin or The Lion King.
Right. Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
same
But,
era of Disney movie, way better.
right. Yeah. It's just again, it's. I think it's one of those classic fairy tale, really dark, disturbing stories.
Are you gonna read more Hans Christian Andersen after this?
I think so. I think so.
Check out Little Match Girl.
Okay.
It's great. Little Match Girl is it's wonderful story. There's so many, dude. His stories are so good. I mean, he's easily my favorite fabulist.
Ed and Dan would like to thank you for joining them on Books Unplugged, page to screen and all that's in between. If you like the vibe, please like and subscribe.
What's so wrong with a kid wanting a BB gun for Christmas?
The movie.
Yeah, it's a great book.
This book is awesome. It's a good movie.
It's an okay movie.
I mean, you're probably not going to read it anyways.
I think you should.
So which would you choose to chop up into little pieces and bury out in the woods to never see again?